right.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Shenandoah Valley. My name is Susan Hurley, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. As a reminder, please silence your cell phones. I want to start with a important announcement. Tomorrow is Linda Metzner's birthday. And let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. With open hearts and open minds, we share a commitment to embrace an environment of inclusivity, accepting diversity and differences in our beliefs that help us to grow both individually and collectively as an engaged community. At the end of the day, it is our deeds that best define us, and that best define who we are, and with equal resound, our connection to the world around us. If you are new to Unitarian Universalism, we invite you to take a look at our mission statement printed on the front of the order of service, and on the back, our 8 principles that we practice and promote within this setting and throughout the community at large. It is our tradition to welcome first or second time visitors who have not been here, or people who have not been here for a while. We invite you to stand if you are willing, and introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from. And let's start on this side. No new faces? Anyone new on this side who is willing to introduce themselves? Okay, it's unusual. This side. Hello. Welcome.
I'm Casey, and we live just down the street here.
Great. Yay.
Welcome. Yeah.
I'm Courtney. I'm friends with Heidi and Lynn and lots of people, and my kids used to be involved when they were little, but I haven't been here in a while.
Welcome back.
I brought my friend Juan.
Hi.
Doesn't have to make me stand.
Welcome.
This is my first time being here.
We're from Old Fort.
Just down
Down the road.
It is, let's see, where are we? Thank you all for coming today. You had lots of choices. We're glad you're here. If you have an interest in receiving our newsletter, learning more about who we are, or perhaps getting involved in our community, please fill out the white card located on the back of the pews. Sometimes you'll see them in the hymnals. These cards can be placed in the collection plate on the foyer table. We also have those involved on the membership committee identified with orange name tags. And you can talk with them after the service if you'd like to. Yeah. We end this part of the service with respect that the land we are on today was and remains the ancestral home of the Cherokee and of other indigenous people. Through their stewardship and understanding and conservation, survived and still thrive in this land. We acknowledge their enduring connection to their homeland. Let's begin our service. Oh, not sure where the chimes are.
I think behind you, Susan.
Yeah. That's a line.
So let's take a moment to gather in this peaceful, tranquil place. Make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes if you wish, and let the essence of this piece of music called Swirling on Moonbeams bring you fully into this time and place.
Our opening words are from Albert Schweitzer, noted philosopher, physician, and musician. Joy, sorrow, tears, lamentation, laughter. To all these, music gives voice, but in such a way that we are transported from the world of the unrest to a world of peace, and see reality in a new way, as if we are sitting by a mountain lake and contemplating hills and woods and clouds in the tranquil and fathomless water. Please rise now in body or spirit and join in singing number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In.
So this is the time for all ages. I gather it's the time when those who are young or young at heart will come down and join me if I can get down here. And don't let your chronological age stop you. If you want to come join me, that would be great. Have a seat. Oh, you know what? So, with my dulcimer, I'm a therapeutic musician, and I play in hospitals, in hospice facilities, assisted living communities, and in homes for people who are in emotional or physical pain. The idea that music can be healing or soothing isn't new. It goes back thousands of years. One well-known story of healing music is that of King Saul and the harper David. The version I'm going to read you comes from a book that's been a favorite of mine since I was a child. I loved this book, and I still do. It's well worn. This is my second copy, mind you. I especially love how it reminds me that people all over the world share some fundamental traits, including how they react to music. King Saul was his country's first king. His people were newcomers in the country of Canaan, but the people who'd been living in Canaan for hundreds of years thought that the land belonged to them. They were not happy to have foreigners settling in their land, and fighting soon broke out and hasn't stopped since. Being a king in a little country that had never before had a king was not at all easy. But it was still harder when the people who'd been living there before thought their country had been wrongfully stolen from them. Perhaps having to live in a fortress with armed soldiers around everywhere all the time made King Saul nervous. Or perhaps hearing stories of fighting and killing day after day was more than he could stand. At any rate, before long, he became a sick and discouraged man. Spells would come on him when he didn't seem to know what he was doing. His family became frightened and couldn't think what to do for him. Finally, someone suggested that a young man be found who could play on the harp, and that he be brought to the palace to live, so that whenever the king felt one of his sick spells coming on, they could send for the boy to play pleasant and quieting music. On hearing of this plan, someone said, "I know just the young man for the king. His name is David. He's a shepherd boy who lives near Bethlehem." So David, the shepherd boy, was sent for, and he came to the palace and became one of the king's servants. And immediately he was taken notice of because of his friendly ways. King Saul loved to sit and listen to the music David's fingers could bring out of his harp. And whenever the king felt a sick spell coming, David would be quickly called. And as the sweet tones rippled through the room, the king would slowly become calm again. And by the time the music was ended, he would be feeling much better. That's the end of the story. It's time for you to go to your class.
Today, we want to talk to you about music. Or to be more accurate, we want to let our music speak directly to you. So we'll be playing music more than we'll be talking, and we hope that the music will work its magic on you. Music consists of things like tone, timbre, pitch, melody, and harmony, and rhythm. These are things that most people can integrate into their brains. And somehow these qualities can induce strong emotional responses. If you poke around on the web, you find all sorts of information about music, language, and emotion, and how they're interrelated. There's some fascinating information out there, but today we're going to stay at a gut level. Today we want to take you on a journey through those opening words from Albert Schweitzer, using our music to illustrate some of the power of the language of music. Schweitzer tells us that music gives voice to joy, sorrow, tears, lamentation, and laughter. We would add to his list peace, relaxation, catharsis, and sharing of a common experience. Furthermore, as any dance fan knows, music can be energizing, and music can paint pictures in our brains. Even instrumental music with no lyrics at all can do a fine job of conveying an emotion or an image. To quote neuroscientist Sascha Fruholtz, people want the experience of live music. We want musicians to take us on an emotional journey. We hope to do just that today.
So although I wrote my first piece in 2010, the process of creating music continues to mystify me. But it seems that whatever I come up with conveys, at least to me, an image or an emotion. Sometimes that content precedes the music, and sometimes the music precedes the content, or at least my conscious recognition of the content, and sometimes it even takes someone else to suggest to me what the content is. So I'm a morning person. I do most of my composing in the morning, and one morning I woke up early and I went to the dulcimer with the clear intent of creating something, but with no idea of what it would be. And I was startled by the ease with which this piece emerged. When I played it for Eric later that morning, he said it sounds very swoopy. And instantly, my mind flew to Star Island. Have any of you been to Star Island? It's a UU retreat center off the coast of New Hampshire. It's a place that we both love, and I saw myself sitting on the porch in a rocking chair with the swallows swooping and diving with the sunset behind them. So I named the piece Dance of the Swallows. And now whenever I play this piece, I see those swallows. And I hope that you can see them too, even if you've never heard of Star Island before. So when two pieces of housekeeping before we go on. First, when we're done, anyone who wants to come wail away at the dulcimer or ask questions, you're welcome. I'll stay up here. Eric will go hawk CDs, and I'll be here to let you play the dulcimer. But before we go on, I want to note that the music today is integral to the point we're trying to make and to the moods that we hope to create. And when I wrote this, I didn't know what your cultural norms around applause during a service are, but I am now well acquainted with them. And so I would ask that as much as you would like to leap to your feet and show your appreciation, that you hold such gestures until the first piece that makes you laugh. This will come after the meditation, so you don't have to worry about it till after the meditation. At that point, if you're moved to respond to the music audibly, feel free to do so, but until then, we ask that you remain quiet so that we can take the mood where we want to take it. So now, without further ado, Dance of the Swallows.
Music, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow says, is the universal language. Or as Eric Olson put it, music is what life sounds like. These things are true of music, whether or not it has lyrics, but lyrics certainly help with the specifics of communications. Songs can be cathartic for both the composer and for the listener. In the summer of 2010, within a period of less than 3 weeks, both my father and Helen's father died. One night when Helen was having a particularly difficult time, she said to me, "I feel as if someone tore a hole in the sky." Her words resonated with me. And as I thought about my relationship with my own father, I wrote this song. As you'll come to understand, it was a while before I could sing the thing all the way through without breaking down. The death of a parent is something that many of us experience, and it's different for each of us. This song tells how it was for me. I call it Hole in the World. There's a hole in the world where the old man should be. After all we've been through, what he means to me. The good times, the bad times, complex history. Remembering just makes me sad. I'm sitting here missing my dad. Born on a farm back in old Caroline, with the mules and tobacco and the lolly pines. With no education, he'd start off behind. His mind was stuck in the past, but the future was coming up fast. 1951, a bloomer baby was born, a new baby son on a hot August morn. The man was so proud of his firstborn. He tried as hard as he can to make me his kind of man. Now me and my dad, we never see eye to eye. I couldn't be him and I didn't even try. Hard feelings we had in an oversupply. Our relationships battered and bruised, with anger and love all confused. Years later in life, he came through for me. When I lost my wife to a horrid disease, he saw the man I'd come to be. Now losing my wife was so bad. Somehow now I've regained my dad. Several years more he lived on from then. During that time we became friends. So much in common we had in the end. I treasure the time we had when I could say I love my dad. Now there's a hole in the world where the old man should be. After all we've been through, what he means to me. The good times, the bad times, complex history. Remembering just makes me sad. I'm sitting here missing my dad. Yeah, remembering just makes me sad. I'm sitting here missing my dad.
You do that after my meditation piece, I'm gonna really get upset. Instrumental music, because it lacks words, is particularly effective at evoking multiple, sometimes conflicting emotions at the same time. Wistfulness is an expression of one such conflict. It usually involves feeling sad about something that made you happy in the past and is no longer in the present. Eric wrote this piece shortly before our fathers died, when he was feeling wistful, thinking about his parents living on the farm where they raised him in Wolfson County. He called it The Old Folks at Home. Over the years, we found that people keep coming up with ideas for words for this piece, but we've kept it as an instrumental so that it can evoke something personal for each listener. Feel free to close your eyes and let yourself experience the music in your own unique way. So now is the time to honor the events in your life with a stone or a candle. Anyone who'd like to do so, please come forward now. This last stone is for all those who hold joys and concerns in their heart. So please join me now in a guided meditation, followed by a brief silent meditation, and then a musical meditation. I invite you to find as comfortable a position as you can, to close your eyes, and to focus on your breath. Simply watch your breath as it enters and leaves your lungs. There's no right way or wrong way. As long as you continue to breathe, you're good. Now as you breathe in, notice your lungs expanding and your rib cage moving up and out. And as you breathe out, feel them contracting. If thoughts of your life outside this space intrude, gently and respectfully set them aside. They'll be there for you, and you for them, when our time together ends. As you set them aside, return your focus to your breath. Notice the moment between inhalation and exhalation. Notice the moment between exhalation and inhalation. These are the times your body is most still. As you continue to slowly breathe in and out, embrace this stillness. Notice how it feels to be still. Let's continue this stillness and silence as we focus on our individual breathing. And I'll follow this with a musical meditation.
You may have noticed that your heart rate slowed while Helen was playing. Perhaps you felt your muscles relax. In her work as a therapeutic musician, Helen often uses music with a slow, steady beat to calm people, both physically and emotionally. After living with Helen and her dulcimer since 1998, I now have a nearly Pavlovian response to this kind of music. She starts playing and I relax and go to sleep. So to save you guys from that fate, we'll move on. Schweitzer's list of things to which music gives voice includes laughter. While it's true that instrumental music can evoke laughter, I get a lot of help from lyrics. I'm retired now, but I used to work in the information technology business for a large pharmaceutical company. Over the years, I found myself frustrated by various aspects of the work. To cope with the frustration, I developed a genre of music that I call occupational angst music. I found that by venting my frustration in song, I could relieve myself from some of the stress. I also discovered I could make people laugh, and I love making people laugh. This next piece is from my occupational angst suite, and it is completely autobiographical. I call it Single-Tasking Person in a Multitasking World. Even if you've never had to deal with email, voicemail, and instant messenger, I expect you can relate to how it feels to be pulled in many different directions by having too many different things to do all at the same time.
I can attest that this is autobiographical. Some of you may notice that Eric can sing and play guitar at the same time, but that is the only multitasking of which he's capable.
Amen.
I'm a single-tasking person in a multitasking world. Juggle all day, can't stand it. Too many details up in the air. This ain't the way that I planned it. Well, I go to work early in the morning. I have most of my life. I leave the home, I leave the family, leave my kids and my wife. I get to my work, then it all starts. A flood of stuff showers down. Computer lights up and the phones all ring. The office fills up with sound. I'm a single-tasking person in a multitasking world. Too much going on at the same time. My life goes like a mad till whirl. What it does to me is a real crime. Well, email, junk mail, voicemail, snail mail, instant messaging too. People dropping by just to say hi. Phone calls add to the stew. Fire drill projects dropped in my lap only add to the gloom. Sometimes I think I'm gonna cry and run screaming from the room. I'm a single-tasking person in a multitasking world. Too much going on, my brain's fried. Mountains of minutia, headaches galore. Sometimes I wanna go high. Once in my life I'd like to work on something till I am done. To finish up by the end of the day, that would be fun. Too much to do at the same time, it's driving me wild. I swear this job is making me an ADD poster child. I'm a single-tasking person in a multitasking world. Juggle all day, I can't stand it. Juggling too many balls in the air. This ain't the way that I planned it. I'm a single-tasking person in a multitasking world. Too much going on, I can't stand it. Headaches, ulcers, go insane. I just can't understand it. Yeah, this ain't the way that I planned it.
So Eric and I view our cosmological perspective in layers. We're UUs, we're humanists, and we're atheists. Many people outside UUism have no clue what a UU is. And many people, even within a UU community, have no clue what a humanist is. And if you look at the AHA website, they don't have a clue either, because they have like 20 different definitions. But everybody thinks they know what an atheist is, and many of them, present company accepted, I hope, think that an atheist is a person who, because he or she doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in anything. Eric wrote this song to counter this perception. We found that even deeply religious people love this song. It's a way of making our atheism less scary and more familiar. Somehow putting thoughts to music makes it easier to hear and relate to them. I think this phenomenon is due partly to the fact that people are unlikely to interrupt someone who's singing as opposed to talking. And therefore, they're more likely to hear you out. But I think it's also true that the music can envelop the difficult parts of a message in a palatable wrapper. Here, Eric gets the difficult part over before my hammers even touch the strings. And the rest is hard to disagree with, no matter what your cosmological perspective is.
I live in the world of the here and the now, with no supernatural and no sacred cows. I try to be open and not preconceive the nature of things I believe. Sometimes I'm asked just what I believe. Do I only believe in things I can perceive? But the world I can see is splendid indeed. I'll tell you just what I believe. I believe in the wonder on the face of a child, and the thrill of a kiss, and the warmth of a smile, a lover's caress, and the love I receive. In all these things I believe. I believe in science and I believe in art, the fruits of the mind and the gifts of the heart, all the wonderful things that the mind can conceive. And all these things I believe. I believe in the heart, I believe in the mind, in fairness and justice for all humankind. From tyrants and dogmas, we all should be free. In all these things I believe. When I see the night sky, view scenic vistas or watch a bird fly, my heart fills to bursting. To this world I'll cleave, and all these things I believe. When my life's over and it's time to go, I'll live on in memories of people I know. When they recall my words or my deeds, I will live on, I believe. I believe in the heart, I believe in the mind, and I believe that no one should be left behind. Connections we make and the web that we weave, in all these things I believe. I believe in the heart, I believe in the mind, in the potential of all humankind. I believe in the greatness we can achieve. In all these things I believe. This is our time to support a collective vision that is larger than ourselves. As we celebrate this community and accept the offering, we'll play a piece of mine called High Stepping that we hope will inspire you to give generously. Well, first has to do something to put all smooth.
So much we can't hear it.
It's already loaded.
Thank you.
We give thanks for all the gifts that weave together the fabric of this beloved community. Now let us rise in body or spirit and sing together hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me.
You
we want to close with two of our favorite, very different quotes about music. The first is from John Erskine, an American educator, author, pianist, and composer. And he says, "Music is the only language in which you cannot say a mean or sarcastic thing."
And from the inimitable Hunter S. Thompson.
No.
Here we go. Music has always been a matter of energy to me, a question of fuel. Sentimental people call it inspiration, but what they really mean is fuel. I've always needed fuel. I'm a serious consumer. On some nights, I still believe that a car with a gas needle on empty can run about 50 miles more if you have the right music very loud on the radio.
So go now in peace and listen to the music.
Thank you.